And now here we are. Okay, so guys, this is Gathril. Is this your first time to cast, or is this your second time, or what?
I did a little bit of casting in Age 3, like in-house with some friends, and then I
Okay.
did a bit of sim racing casting, but yeah, my experience is not very good.
Okay, cool. So we're both noobs and we're both going to learn together. Very nice. Okay, so guys, he's also an Age of Empires streamer. He is also from South Africa. So if we do have the same accent, that is maybe why. Mine is just a little bit more fake. So would you care to do the intro? Oh, wait. I need to share my screen with you so you can see what I'm looking at as well. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. Okay, so you should be able to see it live now. So do the introduction, please, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, game 2, Wham vs Puppypaw. We've got Wham on China and Puppypaw on Rus. Playing on Kawassan. Yeah, Kawassan. Okay. So yeah, I was just thinking about the early game with with this 12 villager start, right? And something I noticed from the last game is that players are going into like more 3-unit openers, so they're playing not just 2-unit types, so like spear, archer. They're doing all three, cavalry, infantry, and archers. So I wonder if we're going to see sort of the same thing coming out on a map like this, with water being a very important option.
I'm really wondering because I see a lot of villages on wood here for Rus as well, like everything on wood, and I don't see a dock just yet. So I'm not sure what Puppy is waiting for. Oh wait, I was blind. There's a dock on the bottom
I
side.
didn't see it either. I was also wondering, I couldn't see it on the minimap.
That is a very tiny dock. Thank you, Minimap. Don't worry, Microsoft, a multi-dollar game, multi-dollar company, so they struggle with the minimap experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think 3 fishing ships from China here in the opening is a bit nutty.
Okay, why would you call it a bit nutty in this case?
Because it feels like the Rus is a bit behind now. But yeah, I don't know. I guess China they've got the bonus to producing ships quicker, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I feel like they're going to be able to boom a bit faster now.
Yeah, definitely.
Although,
But
yeah.
I mean, Rus is not really the most aggressive civ that you need to deal with. I'm just not sure how China holds on water versus Rus. I think I haven't seen this matchup enough to actually experience this. But also, I know that the bounty on this map sucks as well. I don't know if they fixed it yet, but I remember seeing the bounty being really, really crappy early on. So and that's good on water.
Yeah, so you have to compete with only 2 deer packs, and the one is in your opponent's base. So unless your opponent's kind enough to give you their deer pack, you have to make extra plans to kill wolves. I mean, Puppypaw can age up right now, which he just started. And yeah, I mean, we haven't even seen age up yet from Wham, which is about to now.
Now, just for those of you who are not aware of what's going on in this case, of the tournament that we're watching right now has a 12 villager start. So the age of times are very different from what you would find on ladder. Very, very different. So the fact that they're aging up at this point is very normal. And the fact that China's aging up a little bit later, after Rus had so many on wood, tells me that, well, I mean, at least they're more or less at the same time. But we do see 10 for the Kremlin and 4 for the Imperial Academy. I played Rus for the first time with Kremlin recently, and I must say I was not impressed with those little... So basically, there's this little unit that the Kremlin spawns, that name completely evades me every single time. But... Militia, that's the word.
Yeah.
But they were honestly very underwhelming. I thought they would be a lot stronger.
You say that. I had a game against them the other day where I pushed Rus back into their base, destroyed most of their army, and then all of a sudden he went to his Kremlin, hit the call militia button about 15 times, and pushed me right back into my base without any sort of contest. So yeah, they can be pretty overwhelming in numbers. And the fact that they're 40 food is nerve-wracking if you can't end them quickly. So they're kind of a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Yeah.
I was seeing some aggression on water.
Finally. Now, that's the nice thing. For those of you who don't know, Rus is a water monster, basically. So with the Lodya galley will smack down any ship very quickly. And we do see it on the one side, but now we are going to get a war junk. And the Springald ships do counter archer ships, so this is going to make a little bit of a difference in this fight. However, Puppypaw agrees, and he knows what he needs to do. He's just going to make one himself. But the demo ship comes in, just to be tickled a little bit. That thing explodes. So you don't want that to lose that thing, because that's going to help you a lot. And the militia are tickling the backside as well.
Oh, did that? Oh, I thought that the demo ship was going to detonate and kill off the militia there to stop them, but it didn't look like it needed to. Yeah, you can see the militia just putting pressure on, on villages and as well as just on the back line. It's something to think about constantly, especially in matchups like this, because, I mean, 2 units for 40 food, when you're focusing on your fishing eco and on water, it is quite difficult to deal with.
Oh, that was close. That was so close. Oh my goodness. So basically, you try to get that demolition ship to go straight for the Springald ship, because demo ships explode and they do a lot of damage to Springald ships. And while he was at it, the war junk was trying to kill this one, because the war junks counter that. But on the other side, we do see Puppypaw not really putting the same amount of pressure on this water. He did get his upgrade here, so this thing will be attacking all the ships. But Wham doing a good job of getting this dock down as well. He is getting a demo ship as well, because he wants to get it down. But oh my gosh, that's a demo ship. Another one. But
yeah, Wham's also getting some spearmen out to try and deal with that the dock on that side there. That's a demo ship, yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Is it gonna really? Oh, it doesn't even take anything down. That's just a waste. But on the bottom side, I mean, in this case, when you have one galley, the Rus fishing ships they're a big chunky boys, so he doesn't need to worry about them too much right now, because a normal fishing ship is 125 health, but these guys, 250. They can take a beating. And
yeah,
the dock...
for those who don't know, you can actually convert your ships as Rus to any other kind of ship for a cost. So you can take a fishing ship and convert it into a combat ship, whether it be a demolition or a Springald ship or an arrow ship. So it does help sort of in versatility, but they are much more expensive ships compared to the average. So at least they're fishing ships, which cost 150 food instead of 75, like the normal cost for a fishing ship for other civs.
I wonder if that thing's going to do any damage. This one is just looking at the dock. Is like, hey, I am a dock watcher.
It's like that Office meme with Jim behind the blinds, looking through, just smiling. It's that demolition ship.
Yeah, he's like, hey, if something pops out here, I'm gonna take care of it.
Those villagers aggro on me, or they come too close. Yeah, they're gonna learn a lesson.
But something I've noticed very often is now on these water maps, one of the first upgrades they get is just making sure that they get the naval arrow slits. We do see Puppypaw on the bottom side didn't get this, but every other dock has it, because they know how powerful it is. It only protects against ships, but we can see here Wham also didn't get it on his, because he's had control of this water the whole time. But this is also the first thing Puppypaw got, because he knows that it will control these 2 fishing ponds. So even if he does win water, he's going to lose some fishing ships if he pushes through. So the same over this side.
Sorry, it looks like Puppypaw is putting down a second TC in the middle of between the 2. Yeah, that's
the berry boys.
TC.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of berries.
Yeah.
I just realized that this map has this many berries.
I got shocked the first time when I saw this. I was like, why are there this many berries? Was this just lucky spawn? But apparently that's the map. So I've seen it. Yeah?
This looks like the average spawn for my opponents when I play on ladder, to be honest.
Apparently a demo ship kills militia. Fun fact.
Yeah.
40 food versus 160 resources. Yikes. Okay. But we can see that this dock is taking control of the water completely. He is going to lose a little ship or 2 as he goes. He shouldn't. He should be microing these a little bit more aggravated.
Looking.
Yeah, he's focusing on this side, I believe. On this side, we can see that Puppypaw won the water, and both of them have a pond. So that's good. But Wham is hemorrhaging a lot more than he should. And Puppypaw going for a second TC over here. Very aggressive, but, I mean, food source. And this means that the fact that he didn't spawn with a safe food source at the back, this helps him immensely, because I don't think Wham is going to be expecting this or have practiced against someone just making a TC in the middle of the map. Feels like something I would do, which is...
Yeah, it's pretty aggressive and sort of dominates that space around the food and the other resources there. So yeah, and it also kind of sets them up to have the villagers a bit closer to repair this dock which we're seeing. Oh,
I'm waiting. Oh,
waiting for that. Oh.
yeah, it took a while to explode though, and I think he just waited a little bit too long. And now this galley is just going to take down this thing without it doing any damage whatsoever. Now this dock just feels like a liability at this point, but he has to do this otherwise Wham gets the water control and he gets free water. But Puppypaw does have free water. He's not making a lot. He doesn't have a lot of fishing ships over here, but he should get more. Now that he has control of the water, this water is going to provide him with a lot of safe food. But the fact that he has this many berries, that helps. For now.
It looks like Puppypaw is saving up resources to go into the next age soon. You can see he's on 1,000 food, 460 gold. So I wouldn't be surprised as soon as he's gathered enough gold just from passive means that he'll age up. Wham on the other side doesn't really have the resources to age up. But I think he's gone... Yeah, he's in Song Dynasty, so yeah, with that double TC, he's going to be really pumping out the villagers.
Okay, definitely. I think as well when we look at Chinese's late game, as a person who's played against China in my life, I know that China late game is very scary. And if I was a Rus player, I would definitely also try to get to the next stage way before the other. And the fact that Wham doesn't he's not even looking, wait, I say he's not even looking at aging up, but he has 34 on food right now. Just 3 on gold, so that's just enough to keep making fishing ships. And he did try to, he got his Barbican as well, so this is going to help him take control of the water a little bit more. That demo ship coming in, just taking out back and forth. But luckily... it survives.
I noticed now there was a wall on the north-hand side, just blocking off that side, from Puppypaw. And he's just put a wall down on the south side as well. Yeah, there's a lot of resources down on the south side of Wham's base. Yeah, there's militia just rocking into the base and causing mayhem. I think that's their biggest strength. And every minute you're getting 2 of them for 40 food, they're pretty obnoxious, but they do their job.
Yeah, that's not a fun job to play against. But what I want to point out to you guys as well is I see the wall here from Wham's side. He's leaving open the sacred site and the relic, and this is where I must say I don't understand at all, because I would have want to put the wall here. I know it's a little bit more aggressive, but you would stop him from getting that awful relic that you don't want to give to Roos for nothing. And we do see the high trade house coming out. So, let's see where he's fighting. This Lodger galley, just making sure that these guys don't run too far. This is a great way to secure the fact that you have a TC in the middle. This means these guys can't run all the way through here because there's a ship protecting it as well. They could potentially get through here, but this tower is also causing a little bit of havoc. And these 2 army ships should just make sure that there's enough pressure for it not to run through for free. So finally we do see, maybe, no, the ship's not going to go down. If he did one more shot, but he did not want to lose his ship just yet.
He's pulling out the fishing ships to repair it. Yeah, so I think with that southern food in place, I think Puppypaw's got a bit of a dominant position. Even with the walling from Wham, it doesn't really matter because the middle is controlled. And we should be seeing a monastery coming out for Puppypaw any minute now to start gathering up those relics.
Yeah, the fact that China saw, and you guys can see the floating resources on Wham. I'm not sure why he hasn't aged up yet. Hey, Wham, you ready? You ready, sir? Hey, he's going for it finally.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing Cav archers coming out from Roost, since they've been quite dominant lately. At least from what I've seen, it's like Cav archers in general. What's that archery range building there?
This one? No, it's building archer. By the way, you can see them at the front here if they're in production. I actually found that out last stream, by the way. So
okay.
don't feel bad. I'm also one of the noobs. So yes. This is going to be a very powerful bunch of military coming out. Let's see what he pulls out first. I'm assuming he's going to pull out a nest of D's because, nest of D's versus archers, definitely a good counter. So for those of you guys who don't play China, you guys have played against China, you've seen the little thing that sprays all the bullets in the sky, falls on the ground. That guy's the one you should be afraid of. Now, Puppypaw hasn't really use this age advantage at all with regards to getting the relics, because now we're in a position where both of these players are in castle, and both of them can get relics. But we are seeing the first relic being picked up by this little warrior monk, going to try get it down, but Wham smells it. Wham's like, hey, can I intercept that? Can I? And I believe he should be able to. Let's see. Now, the Wallalaw will not be enough. Juganu also being Juganu, so they're looking nice and juicy. But that's going to be a loss for Puppypaw.
Oh.
Now, Puppypaw, this guy, he needed to actually come and pick this up about a minute ago. So the fact that he waited this long is going to cost him a little bit of time on getting that thing down. And is Scout going to be able to kill it? Most likely not.
Yeah, I think... Oh.
That's close.
Oh,
by the skin of my teeth. Springald Chip getting a few kills though. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll really see much in the way of playing for sacred sites here. I think it's just going to be a case of trying to... This is going to be a base siege game. Yeah, I think walling the way they have just, to me, indicates that they're not really too concerned about sacred sites.
The fact that Wham is on no units is worrying me a little bit, because Puppypaw has 41 army, Wham has 0. He has a Juggernaut in the making, or crossbowman in the making, and
yeah,
that feels like GG, honestly. Just the fact that you can see that Puppypaw is investing everything into army right now, because he knows he can push now, and Wham is just like, hey, I'm busy doing stuff right now. And we don't know what those stuff is. He's trying to get... What is he doing? Is he making units? Units? Are you stuck, brothers? Puppypaw gets the control of the sacred sites as well.
I mean, look, I guess I was wrong. The sacred sites are coming up. Now he's going to put pressure down the middle as well. Oh, there's a keep drop.
Oh, now we see why Wham was so quiet, because he was like, hey, I need to get a keep up, otherwise he's going to make units. So instead of having 800 resources for units, he uses them on a keep. Luckily, China builds really quickly, but I don't think this is going to be quickly enough, and I think he's going to tap out the moment this gets denied, and he does.
That's straight into a GG.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't build more units. That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's difficult because I feel like I can't comment on their mistakes because I'm about the 30% of a player that they are.
Are we even 30?
I'd like to optimistically think I'm 30% at their worst. If they had been drinking the whole day, been smacked over the head a few times, and just got out of bed, they'd still probably be 70% better than I am. So I think that's the best way to put it. But yeah, I don't know. It was just really weird.
Yeah, that was definitely an uncomfortable one, I must say.